Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
Today we're covering the strange yet fun crossover of the Jetsons and WWE in Robo-Wrestlemania.
Now when George unearths WWE's big show, who's been frozen for over 100 years like Aang, the futuristic face-off begins. Once thawed, Big Show wastes no time in taking the WWE belt from the current Robo-Champ, as well as taking total control of Orbit City. It's up to the Jetsons to travel back in time and enlist help from WWE's brightest stars. Yes, this is a real convoluted plot.
Right? It's like, and this movie was made around the time when, I guess, WWE and Warner Brothers had some type of contract to do a bunch of crossovers with some of the characters they got from like Hanna-Barbera and other cartoon characters. Because there was a period for like a year or two that there were a lot of movies out like this. We had Scooby-Doo in WWE.
Yes.
Now you got Jetsons in WWE. You had Surf's Up in WWE. And people were very confused at the time. They're like, why is this happening? I don't know if this is a contract or a fallback thing for after the wrestlers are finished or choose to retire. And then they go into voice acting. I'm really not sure because there are lots of these out.
And we've seen all of these. So if you want to see podcasts for Scooby-Doo and WWE and Surf's Up in WWE, let us know in the comments below.
Right. Yeah, like I said, this one was a strange movie since it hadn't been a Jetsons feature film or just anything for decades.
Right.
Last thing they had was a theatrical movie that unfortunately bombed at the box office. So
what was fun about this one is, as you said, it has some WWE characters that aren't some of the bigger ones that appeared on the Scooby-Doo one.
Right.
But you had them also joining forces with some of our favorite voiceover actors such as Will Friedle and Greg Griffin.
Right.
And Eric Bauza. So it made it really interesting for an interesting view.
Right.
So, let's go.
Right. And I was kind of laughing at the fact that they still got wrestling in the future, but just now there's no brutality, it's just all robots doing it. So I guess so now you gotta worry about people getting injured now.
And everyone expects the robots to win. And that's what it was like, wait a minute, but why are you watching? They just knew the robot was going to win. They expected the robot to win. There was expected to be no other outcome. And then the guy who was awakened like Aang, he's like, no, I'm going to fight and win. But no, just let the robot win. It's like, no!
Like, what kind of wrestling is this? This is Baby 5 wrestling. And yeah, this becomes just some weird out there movie with Big Show, and in like 5 minutes he just takes over the city and just rules over everything in a matter of, it's like maybe 10 minutes or more after the Jetsons go to the past on Earth. It's just hilarious that how this even came about. And in the, like you said, the wrestlers they featured, of course, they have Big Show. They had Mr. McHammond.
No, Vince McMahon. He's the head of it. Duh.
Yeah, I know he's head of it.
McMahon.
Yeah. And then you had what's the original Sheamus and Alicia Fox and quite a few others.
And you can tell the Rascal's not familiar with some of these people. It's okay, forgive her.
Right.
And also joining them were some more veteran voice actors that we're used to. Judy Jetson was done by Miss Martian.
Right. And Dianica McKellar.
Right, and you had Tress MacNeille as Rosie the Robot. So that was fun. You know, when we heard them, we're like, oh my gosh, you recognize them, and it made it really, really fun. Also,
yeah, so Will Friedle as the mayor. Yeah, Trevor Duvall as Elroy, and
Friedle?
what? No, I think it was Friedle. All this time I thought it was Friedle, and then I heard people pronouncing it Friedle. I'm like, that's how it's pronounced?
Okay, sorry.
I didn't know until like recently, so like, what the heck? And who else they have in here?
That's all I remember right now, but that was enough. You know,
Okay.
it was great that they had, as we mentioned, a joining of veteran voice actors and veteran WWE stars. So it was a great concept. It went on, I think, maybe a little longer than it should have. I think it should have ended a little sooner than it did.
You could
that
tell.
would be the only thing that I would say could have been better, that it should have been resolved sooner than it was.
Right. I think they probably pad it out so it feels more like a big feature film, and you're really getting the money's worth of having a longer movie. So that might be why. Because it's clear that the wrestlers were big fans of the Jetsons, and they said that they watched it all as their childhood. And so they were very excited to be on here. So it wasn't like a cash grab effort. They were really people that were fans of these shows, and they got to be in the shows and interact with their favorite characters.
Right. Now, the Jetsons are a big part of a lot of people's childhoods because this show originally ran in the 60s. And just like the Flintstones, it ran for decades in syndication all the way through probably the late 90s, and then you have Boomerang, and they appeared on Boomerang for another 10 years.
Right.
So yeah, the show, the original Jetsons, has been a part of a lot of childhoods over many generations. What I thought was really neat about this is that we got to see some different updates for the Jetsons. Like, instead of having the pills to eat, they were actually eating food.
Right. Because now you know, being 2019 or when this came out, or 2018, people do not want to eat a pill to get full. They want to eat all the food they can stuff and nearly explode from and actually feel full. So, yes, they no longer eat the pills. They eat actual food, and they don't have to press as many buttons now.
True.
Some of the robots are doing a lot of the work, so they don't have to just press a button and then they're done. Some robots are doing some work, and then that's it. So they're doing a little more than just pressing a button and then sitting down for the rest of the episode.
And the transportation was different also, because when this originally came out, flying cars. Yes, they're very futuristic. No, we don't have flying cars now, but the way they were portrayed originally is a lot different now in this movie.
Right. Now there's traffic.
Yes.
Now there's traffic in the dang space. One of the moments you gotta point out when they go to the past on Earth, because it looks like either Earth's not around or they're on Mars or something, like on another show we know. And when they go back to the past on Earth, that was probably the funniest part of the
Return
movie.
To the past now.
Right. That was the funniest part of the movie because they didn't have anything. It was probably like living in the Stone Age for them because, how do you get the sidewalk to move? It's a road. It's okay, how does this door open? You grab it and you open it. They didn't know how anything worked because nothing was automated or robotic or push a button, so they didn't know how anything worked. And then it was the funny part where they were walking, like, are we ever going to get there? We're only a foot away from the car. So that was probably the funniest part of the movie, them seeing how technology was back then. So the stuff now seems outdated to them.
Right. And of course, this movie wouldn't have been complete without having Frank Welker doing Retro.
Yes, who is just basically future Scooby-Doo.
So, it's really fun. We recommend you watch it. It actually was available at the dollar store, but I'm sure you can probably go into Amazon or to Walmart and find it as well.
Right.
So if you've seen this movie, or if you haven't seen it and you want to give it a try, let us know in the comments below.
Right.
And if you were a fan of the original series, because we know over this many decades, you had to have seen the original Jetsons. Let us know that in the comments below as well.
Yes. And be sure to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell to get updates on new Paws podcasts.
Lastly, if you would like to have us watch some of the original series, I've Seen More Than Rascal, let us know in the comments below and we'll do a dedicated podcast for the original Jetsons.
Right. So, thank you so much for watching. I'm Alaska Entertainments.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.
And reporters sitting flashing lights, trying to walk around, man, who the hell are you? What you wanna do? Well, man, it's on you. Man, it's on you. Met her in my dreams, she was my queen. A castle in the mountaintops, rivers and streams. Plucking sunlight from the sky in my pocket, give it to you later on.